What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2013, and I don't know what episode this is, so I won't tell you. But in the last episode, we did the pre-booking, which we have here. I'm pretty much happy with that. But some developments between episodes. So I may have mentioned in the last episode that I was going to make an image for the Culture Club, which is our event, which is our event we hold every Thursday, if I can get my words out. And I did in fact make one. So we have Culture Shot. That's not the one I want. I made this. So we gone with a nice purple and black theme, which is obviously the theme of the channel, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm more than happy with how that turned out. But also between episodes, I did put a few offers in for a few older wrestlers, such as the Sandman and Too Cold Scorpio, I believe, because I realised we have an abundance of I don't even know how I'm going to word this. We have too many heels rather, and not enough faces. And them two were both people who could play faces. Obviously, Sandman's not really a great in-ring performer. He's more of an entrance more than anything else. Oh yeah, I also went for Gregor Helms, and but you know, you can do a job as like an opener or something. I am intending on checking again for more, so I'll go ahead and we can do this now. I'm looking for good. We'll scroll down to missed it. Babyface performance, please. Thank you. And it's apparent that's not letting you do something. God damn it. Can work in the British Isles, because that's of course where our company is, and ideally I'd like to be unemployed, because that's they're easiest to get hold of. Andy Baker would be a good idea, like. Yeah, let's go for Andy Baker. And we'll offer him that much so he doesn't shout at us. And I don't want Bob Holly, he's a bit of a scumbag. So preferably I want another one though, so maybe he's Lion Kid. He's classed as a young lion, so I believe that means he's developed it. Well, he's from Portsmouth, though. I don't know why that matters, like, but apparently in my head it does. Yeah, you know what, let's put an offer in for Lion Kid. Because I'm not sure how he is on the mic or anything like that, but I don't really need people. I don't really need like main event heels or faces at the moment. So, and ooh, it's all exciting with our first event. We have a locker room incident though. God. Anderson was the focal point of a backstage incident when he first provoked, then attacked the Rage, leading to a fight that had to be broken up by other workers. As his employer, you now have to choose how to deal with it. Let's give him the right. Let's give him send a clear fine that his behaviour is unacceptable. The money fine is given to charity, and is set at 25% of the usual monthly earnings. Fine. I'll try not to let it happen again. There we go. we've disciplined him for that. Not an ideal way to start, but I believe that's pretty much it. I need to click cancel show there. Anderson's a negative influence. I might look to shift him on next time there's an event. There's a incident. We can go ahead and add from pre-booking. I believe I talked about rearranging this, so but obviously Birchall and Terry Fraser get to open in the show. We'll just draw a nice short 5-minute show. We don't have incredible amounts to fill. Like, we're not like Monday Night Raw, which is way too long. We'll have a 2-minute segment with these two. That's a 5-minute challenge. And then we get to book our first match, so I want the match intensity to be quite a bit higher. Craig Robertson, yep. Yeah, I'm fine with all them road agents. I want the victor to be Andy Simmons. I want it to be a domination by Andy Simmons. And I want you to script the match. Just because we've not got much time, so we might as well try and get a few scripted spots in there. Oh, and then the Bruisers can cut a promo. It's a fairly generic one though, so it's fine. We can only give them a minute. We don't need to, because they're not great on the mic. So, and then Greg Lambert can go all ham. I don't know how good he is in the mic though, so his charisma's quite good and his microphone's above average. I think I'll let him go wild. Then Buff Bagwell's beaten down by Matt Sydal. What? No, that should be the other way around. Alright, fair enough. I've done some backwards booking there. Just swap that round. There we go, save. Yep, I was just checking the event was right. So we have to just delete that button. Yep. And then Greg Burridge will have a match versus The Rage. So I believe this is a relatively long match, so let's give them 12 minutes. Ideally, I would like to have had some titles on the line tonight. I may still have some on the line, I'm not sure, but Victor, let's have The Rage win. Open match. Oh, yeah, I've just realised we can do a slow build, and that'll do. Save. I do actually just want to make some changes. Yes. I want to do some changes to this match because I've just noticed something. I actually want this to be an all-out match, and I do want them to work the crowd. Basically, we want the crowd to be a bit more. We want them to try and make the crowd a bit more hot, which is a wrestling term, in case you didn't know. So basically, rile the crowd up and make them go a bit crackers, so they're more into the rest of the show. I'll quickly check the titles just in case. The AEW title needs to be defended, so I imagine we can have. I imagine we've got a bit of booking that allows us to do that. Alright, so we can stick Bagwell, Taunton, Matt Sydal. I think you can have 2 minutes. I'll give him a script though, because I don't really trust him. I mean, he's got good charisma. I actually trust him. I changed my mind there, so I don't really want it to be buff. I want them to be like a couple of segments, so I'm gonna have Cabana getting ready. Because I want them to like know that there's a match. Because I don't want to go straight from Buff Bagwell's interview into the match. So we'll have like a 11-minute match, say. And I don't know. I'm not sure I want to win. We'll have an open match. No, I'll just click calling ring, haven't I? Yeah, I think. Alright, they're calling the ring. I want them to do a keep strong of Matt Sydal, because obviously he's not going to win. We want him to look good still. I want to do a cheap win, just because gives them a bit of heat, doesn't it? gives Buff Bagwell a bit of heat, and Matt Sydal doesn't look as bad. Obviously, I prefer clean finishes. I want most of my matches to be clean finishes. I just I feel it would benefit there. Right, I'm confused. Right, so I'm just thinking of how to set this out. We'll have Birchall taunts Terry Fraser now, and he can go for 2 minutes with the script, and then we can book Bargriffith's getting ready. Yep. And we'll move that back. There we go. And then we'll add the match of we'll add the Colt Cabana match from Bargriffiths with Bargriffiths, I should say. Which is that? Hang on, is this the last? Yes. Is this the last match? No. Because we want that to be our title match. Okay. Just do it again. Right. Colt Cabana and Bargriffiths match. We want that to be a 10. We ideally want them but not, right, I can't read that because they're awkward. It's a bit awkward. I don't really want to, doesn't mind who wins this, so I want it to be an open match. I want them to scripted because I'm not sure about Bargriffith's ability. I want them to be, I want it to be a clean finish, so decisive win and pinfall finish, flash pinfall finish. There we go. Okay, that will do. And then add from pre-booking. I obviously want Terry Fraser getting ready. I'm fine with that. And then if we haven't got, I'm gonna add another segment here. So add angle. And it will be, say, an interview, rant against opponent. The catalyst will be Colt Cabana because I want him to be on the mic at some point because he's one of me better guys on the microphone. And I believe he's got enough charisma to last on his own, so without a script. And then we can add from pre-booking again. Terry Fraser versus Paul Birchall. This is basically going to be in the main event, so that'll be 14 minutes. I want Paul Birchall to win with a tainted win because I want to further the feud a bit. Kayfabe injury, no, I don't want kayfabe injury. Sure, yeah, I don't really want to like do any. Just do a pinfall finish. Actually, a flash pinfall finish would be best, I think, in this situation. And I think we should script the match as well. And have it be on. And have it for the AEW title. And then right, I'm gonna add this, but I'm not gonna use Colt Cabana because I'm scared he's gonna be classed as being overused. So we'll have Bruce Jenner on it. Memories or like someone else who's good, so I'm gonna quickly check me. Oh, cancel faces. No. I could just click roster overview there, goddammit. Yes, and then add from pre-booking still. Cabana. Ooh. Roster overview. What the hell does all this mean? I don't know what this means. I'm scared. Right. Disposition. We have Andy Simmons running. I don't think he's being used very much. There we go. Have a 4-minute segment. Yep. And pre-booking. Just delete that because I don't want to have to deal with it later. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and run that show. I'm just going to skim over it. Yeah, that'll do. Runshaw. Yes. Oh god. Burchell comes down in the ring, and he takes a microphone and starts talking to the crowd, before eventually getting interrupted by Terry Frazier. They have a big argument, going back and forth on the microphone, before agreeing to face each other later on in the singles competition. Or match, rather. It got a B minus for it, so I'm not quite sure why I got D. Terry Frazier's debut is old school face gimmick, and his debut is badass gimmick. The segment lifted the crowd. The civil. Oh, god damn it. I hate how it does that. Never mind. Next. Thank you very much. I've already done that, no. I'm confused. I don't know what. I've never known what that means. If someone knows what that means, when it tells us I have to do pre-booking, make sure you tell us, because I'm confused by that. Right, oh god. Announcers he's decided to give himself a challenge tonight, blah blah blah. Never expect that. I've read that. That'd be mint. An extremely pro match, Andy Simmons defeated Kenny Duran with a Simmons splash. The intense match was too much for some fans. What femmes? Right, so they have not really cut a great promo there. Has to be said with an E rating. Not ideal so far. Greg Lamb had an interview in the upcoming season. Right, so that storyline's at least advanced because of this. I was hoping it would tell us about Greg Lamb a bit more, but Buff Bagwell's attacked Matsuda. Yeah, I'll do. In a bout with it got a good crowd but featured terrible wrestling. The Ray just debuted his mysterious gimmick, blah blah. Bruce Jenner and Lee Warren work extremely well together. Connor Johnson and Lee Warren work extremely well together. Right, what I'm gonna have to do is put the intensity, the default intensity down. Oh, right, yeah, probably. I would have thought 12 minutes would be good enough to do a slow build. Have an interview and you improvise well throughout the segment. Fair enough. Alright. Sitting back. Right. An extremely poor match. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put the physicality down. Alright. Right, we won't have Buff Bagwell. We should have scripted that. Probably. I thought Buff Bagwell would be a better wrestler than that though. Oh well. There we go, now we're getting to the good stuff. It's gonna be like an F next, isn't it? Paul Burchill has an interview in which he taunts Terry Frazier. Well done, Paul. And about with a good crowd but terrible wrestling. I would have thought Barry Griffiths. I know Cole Commander's a good wrestler. Cole Commander was off his game, okay. Fair enough. Terry Frazier is shown walking down a backstage hallway and on the way to the ring. Cole Commander has an interview in which he goes off and around about Gary Griffiths. And about a good and some decent in-ring action. Paul Burchill defeated Terry Frazier in 14-29 by pinfall. With a handful of tights, Paul Burchill wins the AEW title. The intense physicality was too much. Terry Frazier is in the ring giving an interview. Paul Burchill comes out and enters the ring after some back and forth. He attacks in the ring. Terry Frazier, Andy Simmons comes out. Blah, 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 blah. Fair enough. Right, we got an E. Increased our population in one region. Fair enough. I mean, we don't have many interesting storylines going at the moment, but they are only just they are very young storylines, so we will start another storyline soon. Alright, so I have a question, apparently. Okay, time to heal. Oh, I forgot to delete, right. Decisions, blah blah blah. Right, so we're gonna get in Gregory Helms and Two Gold Scorpio, which is fair enough. And And, oh, I didn't assign the Sandman one either, god damn it. He's an occasional wrestler, which is fair enough. The only reason I'll be using him anyway is to I will come out and go and say something. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Gregor Helms probably a mid-carder, or a mid-carder high. And I don't know what 2 gold Scorpio is gonna be, I'm scared. Enhancement talent. Yeah, they're all like gonna be jobbers basically, apart from Gregor Helms, obviously. I just wanna know what he's selling is. He doesn't have a stat for it apparently. 2 gold Scorpio just doesn't sell. He's like the Road Warriors or Hulk Hogan. Oh no, about 700 of the wrestlers. The Undertaker when he first came in. Right, what was I doing? I forgot. Oh yeah, I was changing the product, wasn't I? I literally just sat for about a minute and a half there trying to remember what I was doing. Right, what we do need... Right, no, it's the wrong thing. We need to put on the... put on... I don't know. Let's look at these. This is how often spots like head drops. Oof. High volume means increase... Right, I don't want... I'm putting that down to 20. I don't want me wrestlers to become injured. Hard-hitting, grueling matches in this company are high volume is always also fair. Physical win and tear? Wear and physical ring, more physical wear and tear, that's what I was wrong. Than their peers in lower intensity companies. I say I'll put down about 40, I think. And if they're still complaining, I'll put it down even further. I mean, it's just teething problems, isn't it? So, regardless, guys, if you like the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you very, very much for watching. Goodbye.